Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danelle here on Faith and the Plan, where we talk about and celebrate progress, not perfection. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're an OG, what's up? What's popping? What's good? It's so good to have you back. Alright, so here's the thing. I quit my job. I quit my job. See, what had happened was, in February, we were in the peak season at my former workplace, and I was just going through it, bro. I was just going through it. It was just too much. I didn't want to have to deal with it, and I remember Valentine's Day was February 14th, and I remember on February 10th, I made a video because I couldn't sleep. Anxiety was killing me. I couldn't sleep. And I knew that for the next couple of days leading up to the 14th, I would be at work really early, leaving really late. And then on one of those days, I would go to work in the morning and I won't come back home until 2 days' time. Because that's how intense those peak seasons are, right? There are days when you just don't get to go home. And I remember February 10th, at about 9 o'clock, 9:15-ish, I was crying, and I don't know why I started to video myself. I started to video myself crying, and I was really venting. It was like a video diary. And I'm not going to lie, I was having some really dark thoughts that particular night. And I think that's the reason why I really started to video myself. And when I started talking, a lot of what came out was just frustration of where I was in my life, especially career-wise in my job. No, my job wasn't hard. I didn't have a hard job. And I was good at my job. It was just, the environment was just not, it wasn't doing it for me anymore. And I was in it. But the funny thing is, I had resigned from that job, gone to another job, resigned from that other job, came back to this job. And because I don't know why, it was familiar. That's why, because it was familiar. So instead of starting something brand new, I decided I'm just going to go back to that place. And they needed to fill a specific role that I would have been ideal for, since I was already familiar with the company. And so that's why I went back. It was familiar. And for the year and something that I was there, it was just an uncomfortable experience all around, right? So yeah, I remember February 10th, that night I cried and I videoed myself, and I did not go to bed until after 3 the following morning. And it was at that moment I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I can't. So that night was when, and that's February last year. So that night or was it February this year? I think it was February this year. Apologies. It was definitely February this year. So that night I made the decision in my head. That night in my head, I had already resigned, because if I feel this way about having to go to work in the mornings, and my body had a physical, literal reaction when I showed up to work in the mornings. Getting up to go to work was a strain. It was, anyways. But yeah, so I think that was the night I resigned. And then fast forward to March, I called my mommy one evening after I got home. I was like, Mommy, I need you to tell me that I can quit my job. I need you to tell me it is okay for me to quit my job, because my mom is my rock, right? My mother is a no-nonsense, no bullshit person. And if she thinks what you are about to do is foolishness, if when you explain to her that this is what I want to do, this is the option I'm thinking of taking, if it don't logically line out, it's a hell no, and you're not getting the support. You're not going to have her entertaining an idea that hasn't been thought through. She's not that type of person. So when I called her and I said, Mommy, I need you to tell me that I can quit my job, she was like, but I tell her that's already. No, she has never really said, you can quit your job. She's never really said that. But she has uttered things like, you have so much more potential than this. You can do whatever you want to do. You are so skilled. You're so bright. You can make anything into a business. So she has said that to me. So what she said to me on that specific evening was, I already tell you that. You know, say you alone not believing in yourself. That's what my mom said to me. And best believe that night I drafted my resignation letter. On 7 o'clock in the morning, I emailed it to my director, because I report directly to the managing director. I emailed it to her, and when I got into office, I handed her the physical, I submitted the physical document to her office. Now in my position, I have to give 4 weeks notice. So I did the due diligence, I gave 4 weeks notice. And I don't know why I thought that 4 weeks was going to be just eating at my soul. But I went through it a lot easier than I thought I would have been able to. And then on my final day, they did a little surprise going away party for me, which was, I was surprised at that too, because I knew at the time I was leaving, it was going to be a difficult time, just because we were still transitioning between peak seasons, and I know the amount of work that is going to be required. At the end of my 4 weeks, there was about three more weeks before another big event was to take place, and so me leaving the company at that time would have created a little gap that would require somebody from another department to come in and take on that role. And so you know, I knew it was going to cause a ripple, but truthfully I had to go. And what I wanted to do, I had to go before that event period at my previous workplace. I had to leave. I had to go. I had to take the chance. And then I think if I didn't just get up and do it, I would not have gone through with it. I would have just been like, you know what, let me take the safety and the security of this this regular monthly paycheck, because one thing about me is I can't function without information. I don't function well without information. I'm the type of person who needs a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and then probably 3 more backup plans just in case none of those work out. That's the type of person I am. I need to know who, what, where, when, why, how, and what if. And to be quite frank, I did not have this figured out. I knew I wanted to resign. I had an idea what I wanted to go do. I did not know the how. Not in its entirety anyways. So backtrack a little bit. Last year, August thereabout, I started thinking that I needed a skill. You know, I wanted a skill. I wanted to do something that I love, something I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about skincare. I love skincare. I love aesthetics. I love medical aesthetics or clinical aesthetics. And so that's what I'm in practice to do right now, right? So my last day at work was April 14th, and they had a little surprise going away party for me, which was really nice. I really appreciated it, because one thing, you know, the team that I was working with, they show up and show out every single day. There is, as miserable as I was, I think that was just rooted in me feeling underutilized, or I think I just got bored of the admin. But I love admin, you know, I love the admin stuff, so I don't think I got bored of the admin stuff. I know for a fact I didn't like my environment. I didn't love that environment, but I think I just wanted to do something I was passionate about, because that was one of the things I remember saying to my co-workers when I was describing how I was feeling. I was like, I feel like my soul is dying. I feel like my soul is dying, like there is nothing here that thrills me, that feeds me, that nothing. That's how I used to describe it. And so it wasn't, it was, I think it was definitely more of me wanting to pursue something that thrilled me, you know, not necessarily, not just something I was good at, something that thrilled me, you know. And so like I said, aesthetics and skincare has always been something I was curious about. Skincare I've always loved. I worked in natural skincare industry, selling those kind of products for 3 years, and I think that is when I knew that, yo, I really love this stuff, really love this stuff, right? So anyways, I got my certification in August last year. When I resigned, a friend of mine who was my nail technician at the time, she and I had been talking about how badly I should and wanted to come into this industry for about 2 years. So it just so happened that she had just leased her own shop, and I went to her and I was like, I need to leave my job. She's like, you know, I'm getting a shop and there's I have an extra room if you do waxing in it. And we talked about it and she told me what the rent would be and whatever. So I decided right then and there, okay, I'm going to do this. Submitted my resignation. A week later, I went to her, and mind you, I had already started buying up all my stuff already. I had my massage bed. I was gifted my ring light by my best friend. I started to buy my equipment, the wax warmer. I knew, like I said, I resigned from February 10th in my mind already. So I knew I needed to start getting some stuff. So I moved in about a week into my friend's shop, and I was there for about 2.5 weeks, and I have never cried so much. Listen. Every minute my ball, because I don't like uncertainty, and the one thing that is sure when you are pursuing something completely new is uncertainty, especially when you're doing it in an environment where, you know, there is no set day that you're going to get paid. You don't know how your clients are going to come in. You're completely new to the industry, so nobody really knows you. And mind you, I didn't really start marketing anything until about the last 2 weeks before I officially left the company. So I don't think I was very strategic in my decision to resign. But then again, the decision to resign, it wasn't planned, you know what I mean? So I moved into my friend's suite and my friend's salon, got my own little suite, set it up really nice and cozy. I got a few people to come in, so she would refer her clients to me to get waxed. So I did a lot of eyebrow waxing, and I did a few Brazilians, and then I got a few facials to do as well. And in that shot, and I was with her for about 3 weeks. I was in her space for about 3 weeks to a month, and let me tell you, it was the most challenging 3 weeks to a month. And that was just because, like I said, the uncertainty, because even though that's my friend has a rent to pay, you know, so that means I need to make sure I can pay my rent. And not because it's my friend, it means I'm going to try and stiff her. No, business is business. You're charging me X to do this, X is what I'm intending to give you at the date that we agreed upon, right? And I was just, oh Jesus, the uncertainty would just spike my anxiety. I would cry and cry and cry because I just wasn't sure. How am I going to make my rent this week? Am I going to get clients this week? Did I do that? The self-doubt is real when you're pursuing something like in the way that I did. You know, am I going to get clients this week? Was the client satisfied? Because I know a lot of people who pretend to like something, and then when they leave, them tell them friends somewhere else. You know, the good thing is, because a lot of the clients I got at that time were my nail tech's clients, as she referred to me, they would go to her and tell her what their experience was, and grateful and lucky for me that it was always positive feedback. So that provided me with some sort of confirmation that, okay, Danelle, you can do this, you got this, you know. And then I had to move from that space just because I didn't have air conditioning there, and that made me uncomfortable. And if it made me uncomfortable, I think it would have made my clients uncomfortable, especially for the environment I'm trying to create. So I had to move, and so I decided, you know what, me and my friend at the time, she was really my landlord at the time, we couldn't come to an amicable solution as to how we're going to work out the AC thing. So I was like, okay, I'm packing my shit and I'm moving. I don't know where I'm moving to. I hadn't found the place yet. So I went home and sat down for like 2 whole weeks doing nothing, no income, no nothing. but just looking for places, and during that time, again, straight balling, because I leave my secure, steady monthly paycheck, something I was very, very good at doing, to pursue something that I am literally nobody in a space that's full of people doing what I do. Yeah. And that was very frightening for me. It really was very frightening. It still is very frightening for me. But here we are. So needless to say, I ended up finding a space. It cost way more than what my budget was, but somehow I have been able to make my rent every week. I've gotten a ton of clients, all of which are new, nobody I knew from before, and a lot of them are also referrals. So that gave me some confirmation that I'm doing something right, you know. So I am now a fully licensed beauty therapist. I'm a fully licensed beauty therapist in St. Catherine, and this is I'm really proud of this. Like, I'm really proud of this. So this is what the license looks like, and you have to renew it every year. So I'm filming this video in my suite, in my treatment room, which is pretty bare, if I might say so myself. But that's what it is for now. I've been in here for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. This would make the 3rd week, I believe. June 12th. No, this is my 4th week here. So this is my 4th week in this space. I absolutely love it. It is bigger. It is really cozy, according to my clients. To me, it's a little bit bare. So this is what it looks like. So I have a wall full of windows that I've covered with curtains. That's my facial steamer. That is my treatment bed. It's my little ottoman that you come in and sit on. You know, there's really nothing in here, no decor or anything like that just yet. I am working on it. But this is it. This is my space, and this is what I'm doing now. I am a certified and licensed beauty therapist in the St. Catherine area, and I'm so looking forward to becoming a licensed clinical esthetician. That's what I'm working on, because I love clinical skincare. That's what I'm going towards. So initially when I started my channel, you know, I thought it was going to be about starting my business as a virtual assistant, because I thought I wanted to do that on the side. I think I still want to do that on the side, but I don't know. This is this is the passion. I'm pursuing the passion. Is it easy? No, absolutely not. Do I love it? Absolutely. I'm grateful every day that I get to come here. As a matter of fact, there are days when, you know, I don't have any clients. There are days when I don't have any clients. There are days when I'm booked straight through, and my thing is, Danelle, I need to develop the discipline of showing up. So whether or not I have clients booked at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I'm here at 10 o'clock. If my only client for the day is 3 o'clock, I'm at work at 10 o'clock. So for me, it is learning to show up for myself. This is me showing up for myself. And this is just the journey that I'm on right now. I don't know if you have been watching my very first video. I remember saying, you know, I talked about what my dream day or my dream job looks like, and in that video I remember saying my dream job saw me servicing clients. Now at that moment I did not know this is what it was. In that moment I just thought, okay, so clients, because I was thinking about the virtual assistant business. because I'm good at admin, you know. So I thought that's what it was when I talked about servicing clients, but apparently this is what it is. This is what it is. Servicing clients for me is making my clients or the people who come into this room feel seen and heard, and helping them to improve their confidence, whether it is through doing a facial, whether it's through doing a waxing service, whether it is through removing warts off their skin. So, you know, I'm super excited about this journey. I am incredibly excited about this journey, and I think my channel is going to show a lot of what I do know, versus, which I think is going to be way more interesting anyways, versus, you know, just sort of sitting and just talking to you guys. I had an idea what I wanted this channel to be when I started. You know, I had an idea because I love entrepreneurship, and so there's definitely, I mean, if you're going to see behind the scenes of what I do on a daily most times, so you're still getting the entrepreneurship aspect of it, but I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot more maybe vlogging, you know, days in the life, stuff like that, because there are a lot of us out here in the JA area, in the Portmores, doing what I do. I don't see any of them on YouTube though. If there are, somebody let me know. But yeah, this is what it is. I am now a licensed beauty therapist after 13 years in as an administrative professional. I am now a licensed beauty therapist. So now I need to, you know, edit all of my videos to ensure that I put my business, my handles for my social media down below and all of that. But I'm like I said, I'm super excited for this turn of events. I'm incredibly excited for this turn of events. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I'm hoping in the next few weeks I'll be able to add some decor, stuff like that. Still trying to feel it out, see what I want to do in here, you know. And then my followers on social media I did a poll to ask them, you know, what kind of products they would want from me, because I used to make my own skincare products as well. And everybody was like, oh, we want scrubs and body oils and body butters. So I need to start looking into that. So you might actually get to see behind the scenes of me creating that, building out the brand, building out the Bella Nueva Aesthetics brand, because that's the name of my business, Bella Nueva Aesthetics. I'm toying with another name in my mind, but when the more I say it, the more it sounds like a strip club, right? So I don't know how appropriate that is, but for now, this is what it is. This is where we are, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful I get this opportunity to pursue this passion of mine. My vision for it is so big. So because me and my mother talked about this. We talked about after 5 years what this is supposed to look like. So the vision is clear. The vision is clear. The execution is what's required now. The execution, the stick-to-itiveness, the consistency is what is going to be required now to bring it to fruition. You know? I finally get to tell you guys, so finally got to tell you guys, you know, what's going on. This is the big news, the big excitement, because quitting a job for me is a really big thing. It's not something I take lightly. It's not something that I would encourage. Like, I'm not the friend that's going to say, oh girl, you just need to step out on faith and do it. I'm not that friend. I'm the friend that's going to ask you a million questions. Okay, you want to quit your job? What's the alternative? You know, what's the alternative source of income? And how are we going to achieve the goals that we want when we quit our job? I'm the friend that's going to ask all them questions, you know. So me doing this the way I did it, to just get up and decide, okay, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow, it is very outside of my character. I just feel like I was led to. I feel like I was pushed to. I had to make a decision. That's the thing. I feel like I had to make a decision. And then I listened to Tony Robbins' audiobook, Awaken the Giant Within, and one of the sections was about making better decisions or making decisions. And I listened to that book over and over and over, and each time I would learn something new, or I'd hear something that didn't resonate with me before. And he said most people are living mediocre lives because they are not making decisions. Because what we call making a decision is really not making a decision. So we choose to do something and it might not work out and we revert to whatever it was before. That's not making a decision. Making a decision is you choose something, you choose an option from several alternatives, and you do everything possible in your power for that alternative to work out. You make decisions based on information, and that's what it was. I had to make a decision based on the information I had. Okay, Danelle, you worked here before, you resigned, you've come back, you're still harboring some sense of unfulfillment, you're miserable, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to live in this, or are you going to do something else? And the funny thing is, before I even decided I was going to come to do this as a beauty therapist, I was interviewing with other companies because I was like, okay, let me just go work for another company for a year and then I can come and pursue the passion. Because the passion don't pay the bills. Passion don't pay bills in most cases, right? So, but then the company I thought I wanted to go work with, they were making the interview process just so long and tedious. I was over it. I exited the interview process before the interview process is even finished, because I went to first interview, then they told me that okay, I was selected for the position, then they told me I had to do a background check. Okay, no problem. Then they told me I needed to do something else. I did the thing. Then they were telling me I needed to go and do something else. I'm just like, you haven't even told me what the salary for this position is, but me have to jump through hoops for actually find out, for actually get the job. When they tell me something get already, that don't make no sense. I just like, nope, I ain't doing this. Did my 4 weeks, sat home for a week, went to my friend's salon, moved in there, stayed there for about 3.5 or so weeks, went home for 2 weeks until I found somewhere else, and now I've been here for 4 weeks. So far, it has been a trying process, let me tell you. It has been a trying process. And the discipline that it takes to show up every single day, even when you have no clients, but you still have to come and do the work and put out your best. It is not easy. It's fun. A lot of the times it's fun, but not necessarily easy, because fun don't pay these bills. You know what I mean? But I'm loving it. I am loving it. I feel like I'm doing what I need to do in the place I need to be, and I am absolutely loving it. And I'm looking forward to my channel just transforming as I navigate through these waters, because like I said, this is completely new to me. I just went ahead and did the waxing course because I was always fascinated with waxing. As somebody who has waxed before, I was always fascinated with it, and I was like, okay, so let's do that thing. And then as I got into waxing, I was like, okay, I want to do more things. I want to offer more services. And so I'm in the process of learning those services now. And one thing about me is there's a lot of things I could do, I could offer if I wanted to, but I'm not that kind of person. I need to know that I am going to be good, at least good, not great, not perfect, but I'm going to be at least good at a service, at providing a service, at providing the aftercare for the service. before I can offer it, because one thing I'm not about to do is to ruin my reputation out here in these streets. Not after all of the balling with me ball over the past 6 weeks. From ruin my reputation? You must be crazy. You must be crazy. Not I. Absolutely not I, my love. Not me, wrong smarty. Anyways, I digress. This is where we are. This is where we are. This is what we're doing. I'm a licensed beauty therapist and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm thrilled. I feel thrilled. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Not sure what that's going to be. Hopefully it could be like a vlog, like a day in the life. I don't know how the vloggy thing works, but I'll figure it out, right? My calendar next week looks really good. I think it would be great for content. Yeah, so maybe that could work out. But yeah, I'll see you then. Toodles.